Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day.
All right, welcome to episode 27 of Lions, Lies, and Billy Goats. I'm Jeff. I have to do that, right? That's Paul.
Yeah.
Is it still the same? All right, that's Paul. It's our December 20th, so just letting you guys know it's going to be our last show before Christmas. Hopefully we get one in before New Year's, but who knows? How's Vegas, Paul? How are things?
It's the same. The weather's great out here. I don't know, it's probably in this like the 60s, like high 50s today. It's nice.
It's like half snowing here. It's sticking a little bit
Yeah.
right now.
What's the temperature like over there? You guys down in the 40s?
Yeah, like it wasn't too uncomfortable to go outside and smoke before, but it's still it's still wet, so the dog wasn't having it.
Uh, Wet. What's that like? I think I've seen rain once in like 6 months, maybe twice.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like to go out in the rain.
Yeah, no. I almost kind of miss the rain a little bit, you know. So yeah, we got I don't think anything too crazy today. Just
Oh, before I forget, I just thought of something. Have you seen Gladiator 2 yet?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it the other night.
You like it?
I'm not saying shit.
Well, you
I
don't have
would,
to spoil, but did you like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways?
um,
On a
I don't know.
scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best movie you've ever seen or a great movie. What?
Nah, I think like it had some cool parts. This is a story that didn't really like some of the battling part was cool. The story's kind of blah. I don't like the way they went with it.
I watch like a lot of movie reviewers on
Oh,
YouTube.
so that it's Lucius, right?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, see, I didn't like that. I thought that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Um yeah, I have a problem not with Lucius, but again, this is no spoiler because it's in the trailer. I have a problem with Lucius being Maximus's kid because that completely doesn't make sense in the context of the first film.
Why?
Well, because all right, so take the scene right where Maximus is in the jail and underneath Rome or whatever, right? And
But
Lucille,
towards the end.
no, like kind of in the middle of the movie, like after Commodus knows he's alive.
Yeah, after he's like Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Yes, exactly.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
So the following scene, he's in the jail cell, right? And Lucille comes to see him because she wants his help, right? So first of all, just by her being in the jail cell, not only is she risking her life, but she's risking Lucius's life. Like if Commodus finds out one of the guards rats her out to him, she's dead. He's also dead, right?
Yeah, okay.
So,
But with or without the kid, she's dead for doing that.
yes.
Okay.
And knowing Commodus, because he's terrible, he probably kills the kid too. Plus, if he offs the kid, now he doesn't have to worry about any threat to his reign.
Right, okay. But he didn't.
So she's pleading with Maximus in the cell, right? And that would have been a prime op. And Maximus is refusing to help. I think he finishes with something like, "Yes, you can help me. Leave here, or forget you know me, and never come here again."
Yes, you can help me. Forget you ever knew me. Never come here again.
That would have been a prime opportunity for her to be like, "Listen, asshole, I need your help. If you don't want to help me, you can help your son." Wait, what? That might have changed the entire conversation, but that dialogue never happens.
Okay. Well, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen because they never intended for there to be a sequel.
Well, that's true. But it's implied that they had a relationship of some sort.
They did.
In the past.
They did. They were obviously romantically involved prior to him meeting his wife and her meeting her husband and her baby's daddy. Oh, excuse me. Not the baby's daddy, because Maximus is the baby's daddy. It just
Well,
doesn't make sense in the context of the first film to me.
well, how do you think Marcus Aurelius would have handled Maximus with his highborn daughter? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he probably would have made Lucius king right off the bat if that were true and he had that information
Ooh,
prior to dying.
you think that like they had like a forbidden love 20 years ago, which
Yeah.
is why he married some other chick and is why she married some dude, because Marcus Aurelius was like, if they ever find out, like they'll kill Maximus because he's not up to stature, or he's lowborn, or he's Roman, but
Yeah,
he's
he's
not.
not royalty or whatever.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
have the royal bloodline. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, man. But as soon as I heard the first thing when I first heard the announcement for Gladiator 2, the first thing is I was like, why are they making a sequel to this? The movie's perfect the way it is. It starts perfectly, it ends perfectly, everything's great. Why are we making a sequel? And then as soon as I heard the your father's Maximus, I was just like,
Yeah, the
oh,
what's his face? The other guy, the Roman general in it is cool. I like his acting. Pedro, or
oh, Pedro Pascal.
yeah, yeah, I like him. And Denzel's in it, and it's hard for Denzel to be bad at anything.
Yeah.
Um, he plays an interesting part. I liked it. I liked the way his character went.
Yeah, he's like a slave trader from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah, he's kind of like the same role as
Proximo from the first
yeah,
one.
Proximo.
Proxima, are you in danger of becoming a good man?
So I'll probably watch it at some point, but again, I've
Watch.
already got like this like I don't know, it just already
So did I.
bothers me.
So yeah, I went into it, but I happened to work on Plex, which not everything works on Plex.
Oh, nice.
So I was just like, fuck it, let's see if it works, and it did. And it's not like the cleanest copy, but it's not bootleg either.
Right.
But so I watched it, whatever. It was, I
So
didn't.
a lot of the credible reviewers that I follow, are the people that see as credible because we have,
Mhm.
I take their word for it, because I trust them. They all say that it's a good film, and they say that all of the set pieces in this movie try to duplicate or mimic what the first one did, and they said they're all good, but none of the set pieces are as good as the first film.
Yeah, like they didn't. It didn't have to go that route. You know what I mean? It could have just been a continue on somehow spin off. You know what I mean? Like it could still be the same universe with different characters. It didn't have to be like Denzel basically being Proximo. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it just didn't have the lady this time.
You know what? I would have been cool, and this would have taken the film to a completely different direction. You don't have the arena, the Coliseum anymore. But Maximus's friend in the first film, the I forget his name.
The dude with the scar, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
The
in
the
lots.
no, the black guy. Oh, well, the guy with the scar gets killed, but the
Oh,
sorry, spoiler alert. But
that's right.
the black guy, I forget his name in the film.
Oh, the
The guy
dude.
that's in like Blood Diamond or
Hold
whatever, the
on.
actor.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
you're
isn't
talking.
that the same actor?
Yes.
Like I think it would have been cool if they followed that guy, you know, like because what
Oh,
happens to him, you know, like it would have been cool to like follow his escapades. Where does he go? You know?
oh, yeah, like say he went back to wherever he was from, and
Yeah,
became whatever. And then like there's a beef in his village or his territory or some shit.
they could have taken it anywhere. You
Yeah,
know,
that would be
I
cool.
think that would have been neat. I probably would have been more excited to see it, but I'll definitely watch it.
The let me see what else I got for you. I don't think that I gave you a clip for. Did you ever hear of Volt Typhoon? It's a state-sponsored hacking group from China known for engaging in cyber espionage activities, particularly targeted in the United States to critical infrastructure. Now, the reason I heard about it is, do you know the show Undercurrents?
I've heard of it.
The Undercurrents is the blonde from Breaking Points, Emily, right?
Okay.
She's kind of a libertarian-ish.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? Um, so she has her own show called Undercurrents. It's a half an hour, and she, does like 5 minutes of news and then interviews some dude. And this dude she interviewed is like intelligence something X blah blah blah. And the title of the video is like, oh, it's China, but don't let the clickbait fool you. It's a decent conversation, but he gets into how it could be China, and they've done it before. And if you look up, if you just Google Volt Typhoon, you'll come across the organization. And what they've been doing for years is flying drones over like Langley and shit. You know, like there's ones they know have been linked to Chinese assets in the past. So
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing isn't necessarily. It could be it's not just them. It's also people fucking around. You know what I mean? It's also airplanes and people being stupid. But he's like, it's not out of the realm to think that it could be possibly this. And then he's talking about Bedminster. Um, you know what utilities are farther out in New Jersey that help support New York. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
power infrastructure and lines and water, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Cables.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go over, they take pictures, but it's Chinese nationals or Chinese assets who are not on diplomatic status. They could be anything else but part of the embassy, but they will do this shit covertly and then pass it off to a diplomat or to a handler of some sort. So he's not saying that this is what it is in New Jersey, but he's like, it wouldn't be, he wouldn't be surprised if some of it was.
Yeah, I don't think any of the drones have anything to do with China or Iran or any of these other
Well,
countries.
what I'm saying is that, well, Iran doesn't have the capacity. They have that ship, but even if they use that ship and brought it over here, we know about it. It's not like they can cloak it.
Again, they're
You know what I
hovering
mean?
over they're hovering over military bases. They were hovering over LaGuardia for days. There's no way that there's Chinese drones or Iranian drones hovering over LaGuardia and our military's not shooting them down. No
Right.
fucking way.
Come on, that's bullshit.
He's not, yeah, because you're not sure what they all could be. What else it could be is we are testing our own drone weapons, which is, did we talk about that last time? Did I send that to you?
We talked a little bit about the drones, yeah. We I think a
We
little bit on
talked
the air and
about the
definitely off the air we talked about them.
counter technology.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
they're ours. Like
Okay, so the dude that was on Sean Ryan, right? The guy who is like he's our age, but he was like an apprentice to Elon and Peter Thiel, and he has those connections, right?
mhm.
Plus his own, but that's where that's the coaching group he's out of. And he was talking about the name. I think I sworn I wrote the name down because it's a Greek name of the program. It's not Leonidas, but it sounds like something like that, and it looks like a you would put it on the back of a truck or back of like the back like on a tank, not on a tank, but like on one of those things that would carry missiles or some shit. Like you need to put it on some kind of big transport,
Okay.
and it could protect something like a stadium or the White House or military bases and shit.
So it's
And
like anti-air like
it,
defense, is that what you're talking about?
it's anti-drone, so it looks like these like boxes with what you would think they would look like in your head, like what kind of like in the commercial, like in the futuristic fucking TV shows and shit.
Mhm.
It just looks like these boxes, like four of them, and they have like a white domey thing on them, and it sends out some kind of wave, but they can target them and shoot them down at a cost of like 5 cents a shot or some shit.
Mhm. Well, I
But
think go
it's
ahead.
not it's not very portable. It has to be like set up. You can't, you know what I mean? But eventually it can be put into other forms when they figure out how to make it smaller.
I've heard in the ET community, I don't know if this is true or not, but like people always say that like they're able to shoot down some of even the ET crafts, if you believe that or not, using microwave uh frequency.
Yeah, it's basically an EMP gun, but it's huge.
Yeah.
But it can get the smallest of drones.
And they can probably specifically target it so you're not EMPing an entire
Right.
area. It's just a
Yeah.
small yeah.
I forget the name of it, but I think the guy's name was like Ryan. I don't know. He was on Sean Ryan the other day. So watch the Sean Ryan show.
No, the dude that was on Joe Rogan?
He was
Ryan
also,
Graves?
yeah, Graves. That's it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So
familiar with him.
it's his technology, or
Hmm.
he's involved with it. But it looks like it would be one of those like 6 missile launchers that like and shoots them all out and shit.
Yeah, yeah. But
It's
instead of it being actual missiles, it's frequency or,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah, it's
magnetic
kind of
pulsing and
frequency or does whatever, but it targets them like you're watching Top Gun and you see the little thing go around the screen and be like beep
yeah.
beep beep when it,
I got you now. Jester's dead. Jester's dead.
Have you seen any of these drones personally?
no, not here, and I really don't look up. You
I
know what
know
I mean?
they're in parts of PA, but probably not in your neighborhood. But my sister actually saw a bunch of them yesterday. She mentioned them on our text thread. She said there was a lot of them, like a dozen of them or something like that.
What time of the day or night?
Right around 5ish. So,
Okay, well that's when it's getting dark. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, right around the typical time that they seem to show up. So
there is a very small old airport like right here, kind of like a Teterboro thing, but
like a private
um,
airport.
yeah, but it's old. I don't think they don't even use it anymore.
Uh,
They use it very, very sparingly because it's hard to tell, but you can see like the radars and shit, and it's big. And then there's like a small museum in the front and shit. I forget the name of it, but the first time I said I was living in Willow Grove, Rita was like, "Oh, that's right by the airport." And I was like, "This fucking guy."
well, he flies, so he would know.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But speaking of futuristic weapons, do the DARPA long shot thing. So this thing, DARPA is the government's like skunk version of Skunk Works.
Uh-huh.
Like they're
Like their Black Ops or whatever.
yeah, but now it's come to the point where
Secret programs.
yeah, but now it's come to the point. Well, it's been at the point. This is, you know, what we know now. They were doing like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But so this thing's called Long Shot, and DARPA developed it, and now Lockheed is part of it, and General Dynamics is part of it, and somebody else, right? Someone makes the navigation system, someone makes the fucking engine, whatever. But what it does, it's a drone. It's like an airplane drone, and it can carry air-to-air missiles or air-to-ground missiles if you want. So imagine you're a pilot and you're out there, and you can have like 2 or 3 of these fuckers with you, or out in front of you. And the problem with air-to-air missiles, right? Like you can target somebody really far away, but like the missiles will go out and then they go all the way up, right? And they go way up like 100,000 feet in the air, some of them meters, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they come down on their target, but because it's something that has to do with saving fuel and shit, right? And your targeting range and the ability for the missile to chase a moving target depending on the target or whatever. But with this thing, is you can shoot it out there in front of you, and it's like basically like a missile that carries missiles.
Oh, okay.
When it drops the missile has all the fuel it would have used getting there, and can now make tighter turns and go faster and chase a target better.
Oh,
And
so
now
that
they're
one missile now becomes several more missiles with explosive
correct.
warheads on them.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And one of the companies has this fucking design. It's like a big ass cargo plane with the fucking propellers and shit. And you can like drop 6 of these things out into the sky, and they'll be like, and they'll take off. So they'll go. It's almost like, and they'll go and either fight first or go and support pilots.
Are you?
So imagine being like, it's almost like Tiger Heli. You know what I mean? You fly in there and you hit the little bonus thing. You know, you got 2 more missiles on the side of you that'll go and hunt the shit for you.
Yeah, yeah. Or I was watching a playthrough of Gradius the other day. It reminds me of that. Because I don't know if you remember that game. It was like a side-scrolling shooter, Konami back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
you start with your basic plane, but as you pick up upgrades, they give you like these 2 little orbs that also shoot with you. So
yeah,
they're not
Force.
part of your craft; they're separate. But yeah,
You remember Life Force?
Life Force, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, same thing. Konami made that one too. Actually, it's very similar.
The same code worked for Extra Lives.
Yeah, the Konami code. Actually, Gradius was the first game to use that code, because
Really?
I just watched this the other day. So the developer or whatever, he purposely made the game really hard, the programmer, and it
Mm-hmm.
was so hard that he was having problems like just testing the game. So he created the Konami code. So when you hit pause and you put the Konami code in, it gives you like every upgrade like in the game.
Shit.
It doesn't give you 30 lives in that game, but it gives you like every upgrade. So
Here, just play the video and keep the sound off. It doesn't really matter. I don't think if this is the long shot. Oh yeah, you need the sound actually.
Fighter launched long-shot missile-firing drone for flight testing. The aircraft is part of an effort to haul fourth-generation fighter planes into the 21st century aerial battlefield. Even though we're living in a time when fifth-generation fighters like the F-35 Lightning II are becoming fully deployed, we're already anticipating the emergence of sixth-generation fighters within the next decade. This is something of a mixed blessing because there are still fleets of fourth-generation fighters in the inventories of all the major powers. The question is, how to keep them relevant rather than becoming museum pieces. Developed by General Atomics since 2020, Longshot combines air-to-air missiles with a jet-powered drone that can be launched from a fighter. This will allow older planes to stand off from more advanced adversaries by letting Longshot engage and fire upon them. The flight tests are scheduled to begin in 2024 and will focus on assessing basic vehicle handling characteristics. Data gathered will be used to plan for further modifications and testing.
interesting.
So one of the problems, it's not a problem. Some of our air-to-air missiles um, can go farther than we can target with radar. So what that thing will do, and it's also going to meant to be disposable, the long shot. So so you'll send it out, and then it'll have some kind of guidance system in it that'll bounce off of satellites and ships and other more permanent aircraft, AWACS and shit like that, that help um, get it to where it's going and give it its more advanced targeting system. But
Interesting.
it's almost like going to be like a delivery piece and meant to crash afterwards.
Interesting.
So like the future of warfare is going to, and that's just here. That's not counting fucking the war in space we're going to start having soon enough.
I hope we don't have any war going forward, but again, I get it. They build weapons just in case you're ever invaded, like you had mentioned before,
Think about it. Think about it like this, right? I was listening to some guy talk about it the other night about, you don't want to weaponize space. But with the technology that we have and we're developing, everyone's developing, whoever, if you can put a fucking spaceship up in the sky that can shoot out a bunch of little drones that can just wait there until your satellite comes by and and hit your satellite and blow that fucker up, you can take over space without anybody knowing. So you almost
yeah.
have to have it in case they have it.
Yeah, I get it. I don't like it, but I
No,
get it.
it's fucking life. You know what I mean?
It actually sounds like some Independence Day shit, where you have like the mothership and then you have all the little ships that come out. Or StarCraft. You
Mm-hmm.
remember when you would run the aliens in that game, the Protoss or whatever?
You run like the carrier.
Yeah, and the aircraft carrier doesn't actually do anything, but you have all the little drones that you had to purchase for it, and they come out and do all the damage.
Well, think about it. I mean, that's where they're going with it. They're already working on shit like this.
Yeah,
And if we're thinking about it, somebody else thought about it.
yeah. Well, I think
So,
science fiction in general, right, is a lot of these science fiction ideas are way ahead of their time.
well,
Yeah.
look at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Sure, also way ahead of its time.
Like
Yeah,
there's a famous example right there.
yeah, absolutely. Uh,
So I thought that was cool.
that is cool. Like I said, I have mixed feelings, but it's cool.
When I was in my cybersecurity class in grad school, the guy recommended a book if you wanted to understand the most logical way China would invade Taiwan. It was like a fiction book, but based on his experience as an Intel engineer, whatever the guy's background was, cyber shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it had to do with shit we're also developing now. I was going to get into that because I was in this whole future war kick this morning. Like these drones came out of the water. They were calling them beetles in the book because they looked like beetles, but they were, six-legged drones that had guns on them or carried supplies or do whatever. But they came out of the ocean to help invade, and the troops came in or whatever. But one of the things we're developing for our guys is, I know we talked about that robot that looks like a dog.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, DARPA created that too at one
Mhm.
time. So because of the way terrain is, and a lot of future warfare is going to be in cities, because in 2050 or whatever, 60% or like 70% of the world is going to live in a city or some shit.
Mhm.
But with the way terrain is, track vehicles aren't really going to be able to do it. The thing's going to kind of have to walk. So they'll use those things to carry all their heavy gear, or they'll put a fucking 50 cal on it, you know what I mean, or a grenade launcher or some shit. But think of them um, like robotic mules
Mhm.
that will go with the troops into the cities and can navigate terrain, can go upstairs, you know, can walk into a room and drop a grenade and shit like that. But
Yeah, it's good and it's bad. I mean, because you can use it for positive things. You know, okay, there's a burning building and there's people trapped in there. You can send the drone dog in to help save the people. You know, maybe you send it in there with a water cannon on its back or whatever. So that would be wonderful. But yeah, there's also the military part of it that I'm not a fan of. It reminds me of that Black Mirror episode.
if you're a fan of it or not, I'm talking about how it is.
No, no, I know it's coming. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
You know.
like that game in Division 2. You fight you actually are in DC, you go fight the DARPA headquarters.
Oh no
And
shit.
some of the units, Division 2 is fucking cool, man. You would like it. But anyway, some of the units are like those walking dogs with machine guns on them and shit, or like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Um, and like some of the guys have little drones and shit that can come out of them. You can go use it to target someone or whatever.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think ultimately too, like you know, if we don't have this stuff already, they're gonna have devices so small, and they probably do have this, we just don't know about it. So small, like the size of an insect, or you know, whatever, a spider or whatever. It'll be able to go under the door, you know, it'll fly up next to you. If they want to kill somebody, for example, they want to assassinate somebody, this little tiny thing will just fly up and just prick you on the back, and you know, you don't even realize, you just think it's a bug or whatever, brush it off, and before you know it, you drop dead in 2 minutes from poison or whatever.
or it kills you, just flies like through your eye into your brain.
Yeah, or maybe it just flies right through you or something. Yeah. So yeah, it's scary thought. And they'll also use those things to spy as well. You know, oh, I'd like to be a fly on that wall. You know, I'd love to be a fly on that wall. Well, what if we could be? We can hear everything. You know,
And they're the same
scary.
video talking about, like, not only will you have like AI robots assisting you, the soldiers could have those suits, the ecto suits and stuff, you know.
Yeah, they have those already. I've seen them.
I know, but to the point where it's like fucking GoBots and they're actually working.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it reminds
Like
me of Alien.
yeah, like you're run. Yeah, exactly, like an
Yeah.
alien. Um,
Although in that movie they're just using them for like you know, like
heavy lift.
warehouse
Yeah, yeah.
stock purposes, but
But imagine, running in those things and shooting missiles and shit, or
yeah.
like in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Um, and then what else? Oh, then they got into neurochips and shit, and then what happens to the soldiers when they come back? You know, all the consequences of fucking with people's minds and shit.
Yeah. I would just like to end all the warfare, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well,
So, speaking of wild stuff, I got this just for you because I know you like, you know, wild shit like this. I don't know if you saw this.
no problem. I think the clip I saw, I think I've seen this guy. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one.
Okay. I'm going to play it anyway. I do want to
Yeah.
give a sensitivity warning to anybody.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
It's a bit graphic. All right. Warning.
It's a hit. I didn't. I thought that was something else. I thought it was a hit.
So I'm going to mute it at this point. I think it just kind of stays like this for the remainder of the video, but let me run it back so you can see it again. Yes. Car just plows through this barber shop.
Well, speaking of that, go to my German video.
While we're on the subject of cars.
So this happened tonight, right before we got on,
Oh, no
or
shit.
last night, or in the last 24 hours. There is a German Christmas festival. So motherfuckers are walking around, going to a little, like, it's a fucking outside festival. You know what I mean? Like little shops and shit, like a craft fair thing. Did they set up
Yes.
in the park? All right, now play this fucking video. Just believe that shit. They
Oh
caught the
my
guy,
God. I
right?
didn't even see it at first. It happened so fast. I'm gonna let
Yeah,
it play again.
yeah. Just keep it. Look at that shit, man.
Jesus, man. What the fuck, dude?
They caught the guy.
Good. Fuck
I don't know
that
if you
dude.
seen that video too. It's quick. Like there's like one cop that's holding him at gunpoint, and then all of a sudden, like 10 other cops like jump out of these two vans and get the guy.
Oh, for this guy?
Yeah, they catch him somewhere else. The German police got him.
Yeah, good.
Like
Fuck
I don't,
this guy.
as of now, I don't know why he did this, but isn't that fucking crazy?
That is crazy. It makes you wonder, is this like one of those like super crazy environmental activists, or or is it an activist, like, crazy activist?
What else did I have for you? Um, did you see that you remember the Duke lacrosse story?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, you saw that chick
She
said that
made the whole thing up.
she was lying. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. Wow, way to ruin people's lives for whatever reason that was for.
I forget if they. I think they didn't get in trouble. They knew she was lying the whole time, and now she
Oh, maybe
finally.
they didn't. I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure they didn't get in trouble.
But
Like the
even if
law.
they didn't go to jail, like, you still fuck their lives up, because anybody who knows them, maybe not like personally, but like people around town and stuff, when they see them, what's your first thought? Oh, that's one of the
Yeah,
guys that, you know,
yeah. Like if you met some guy and you're like, "Hey, what's your name?" He's like, "I'm Joey, Joey Buttafuoco."
Joey
You're like,
Buttafuoco
"Oh
over
shit,
here.
Joey Buttafuoco over here."
And this is Joy Belfuco over here.
Hey! Joey Buttafuoco away!
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, shame on her for that. That's terrible.
Imagine R. Kelly gets out and moves next door to you. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm fucking R. Kelly.
Well, speaking of R. Kelly, you got something on uh about Diddy and MGK.
Oh yeah, play that thing real quick. It's just
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's just like a making fun of MGK thing, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I think that guy makes fun of himself just by being himself. All right.
Y'all be trying to talk, I ain't trying to talk. I be with that scrapping in the yard. Get that fucking chalk, get your bitch. Hefe, what they call me. I'm just 26. See what happens in the club. Yo, DJ doesn't play my shit. Bitch, I'm turned up off the hand. I be wildin' with my gang like I just got about the pan.
I don't fuck bitches, I'm queer. But these nigga bitches like me deal. Yeah. Hey, oh, let do it. I ain't fall off, I just ain't release my new shit. I blew up, man, everybody trying to sue me.
Hey, y'all be trying to talk.
I can't even with this dude.
Some of his shit's okay. I like his one song that was on the radio for a minute.
I'll be honest, I don't even know any of his songs. This is probably
I don't know the name of it. I just know it was on the radio for a minute.
I think
It
that's
was
the
kinda
first time
catchy.
I've ever actually heard his music, but it's not my style.
Well, if you're lucky, it'll be your last.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm good with all that crap.
All right, before you play the next video, I got one more dumb thing for you.
Sure.
So I saw a clip. Remember the movie Idiocracy? Right, you've seen that?
No, I don't think so. I
never
remember it,
seen
but I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, stop! You got to watch it. Anyway, it's like Luke Wilson's brother, right?
Owen Wilson?
Okay, so it's Luke Wilson. It's the other one, the one from
Old
Old
school? Yeah.
So he somehow, I forget, falls asleep and wakes up a million years later, and he ends up being the smartest person on earth, right? Everybody's fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Like they water the fucking ground with Mountain Dew or whatever. And like the president is fucking Terry Crews, and he's like an ex-pro wrestler.
I love Terry Crews.
So if you watch it, it's like our version of you gotta watch it. How fucking dumb the world is. You know what I mean? You'd like it.
We're definitely getting there now.
Yeah, you'll hear a lot. See, that's what I thought you saw. A lot of people make parallels to that movie now. But when they made the movie 20 years ago, they were like, they're trying to make the people in the future look fucking stupid. And they were like, we need to find stupid clothes and we need to find stupid shoes. So the one clothing person was like, I need to find dumb fucking shoes, and found a company that was making stupid fucking shoes. So if you look at the movie, all the people in the future are wearing Crocs. 20 years ago when this movie came out, so it was before Crocs blew up, they had everybody wearing Crocs. Swear to God, you can see the Crocs in the movie.
It's like they predicted the future. Yeah.
Well, or they made the fucking shoe famous.
It's weird because I feel like we're going like two different directions depending on what part of the population we're talking about. Because I think a lot of us are becoming a lot more intelligent now that we're all able to use the internet to share all this information. Being able to learn things that you were maybe not able to get access to before. But on the other hand, yeah, you have a lot of people that are just seemingly just becoming less and less intelligent. Not that they don't have the ability to be intelligent. I think it just pertains to the material and the internet obviously has a lot to do with it. I think the internet goes both ways. You can learn
Yeah.
a lot on the internet, or you can absolutely just watch garbage all day and just dumb yourself down. So I think it's your choice, and it's
Well,
not. Go ahead.
some of the shit is like a lot. Like you just assume some shit is garbage because you think you might disagree with it. Like
No. I mean like garbage. I mean like some of the shit like some of the kids are watching today, which is just utter nonsense. I'm talking about like Cardi B. You ever hear her talk?
oh yeah, I saw her on.
Listen to her for 5 minutes and you'll become dumber. That's my point.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. And anybody who's like follows her and like wants to be like her, you're probably not going to have a very high IQ later in life, but
Well,
maybe.
yes, you could argue she's part of the psyop, right? She's just some person that they created this image out of.
Yeah. I mean, just listen to some of her lyrics. I mean, it's just garbage. What?
Listen to one of her interviews with like
Yeah.
real people.
Yeah. Well, I never even listened to her talk until recently when the whole Harris thing happened, and I saw a couple clips of her, and yeah, it's just like
Oh
such.
yeah, that wasn't one of her shining moments.
No, just garbage. I mean, her very limited vocabulary, just there's no intelligence there. Nothing.
Well, I'm
Like
trying
not
to
even a
put
glimpse of
on
it.
her, but yeah, I guess she didn't know what to fucking do. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Again,
It's not
politics
her.
and stuff aside, I couldn't have a
Not her
3-minute
thing.
conversation with that woman.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what she knows. Maybe she knows something about like fucking. Maybe she knows how to knit. You know what I mean? I don't know. She can't just not know anything.
I don't know. I'm okay. I'll just avoid that one.
All right.
So, yeah.
Go to the next thing.
So yeah, we have a couple here. Let me see. So let's pull this one up. Try to go a little bit in order here.
Have you ever used Grok, the Twitter AI?
No, I know you were using it the other day.
Yeah, you're right. It only gives you a certain amount of questions. I got all pissed off.
I think you have to like subscribe, like pay for it, and then you can.
You
use
got to
it
pay
as
for
much
it
as you
eventually.
want.
I didn't know that. I found out. I wasn't happy when I found out about it.
Yeah, 'cause I tried to pull it up before, and yeah, you got to do that. So.
All right, which one's this?
This is a bear that falls on a dude.
Oh yeah, this shit's fucking wild. This poor bastard.
All right, sensitivity warning. Let's go.
We have an update to a story we first shared with you last week. The Department of Wildlife Resources confirms that 58-year-old Lester Harvey Jr. of Phoenix, Virginia, has died from his injuries after being hit by a bear falling from a tree on Monday morning. Authorities tell us the man was part of a hunting group. We're told no charges will be filed.
Damn. So
there's a video of it. I thought she had the video. There's a clip of the bear falling on the guy. They were out bow hunting.
Somebody was filming it?
Yeah, they had it on a GoPro or some shit.
Hang on, maybe it's in the comments.
The bear they treed it, and they were bow hunting. And the guy was like walking around the tree, and the fucking bear fell on him.
Jesus. That's crazy. I mean, oh, wait. No. I mean, how bad of luck, like, do you have to have for that to happen?
A fucking bear to fall on your head?
Yeah. So, yeah, how did he die? Man, if I tell you, you're not going to believe me.
I ain't going to believe it. All right, go to the next one.
That's crazy. So, this is the Russian dude. Igor.
Oh, yeah.
Kirillov? Let's see if they explain it. If not, maybe you can give us a brief context.
Well, they blew this motherfucker up the other day. He was coming out of his crib.
Let's play it. Let's see if they explain the story.
Нехарактерными инфекциями отмечен в данный момент в ряде стран. И то есть тоже мы можем говорить о том, что это не без помощи американских биологов.
Я думаю, что вот так огульно заявляет.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He talks about chemical labs in Ukraine.
Yes.
So then they blow him up. So he's coming out of his. I don't know if this video is going to show it, but they have a video of it because the assassins, or there was a great, perfectly positioned ATM camera, but the guy's coming out of his crib, and they had planted a bomb inside a scooter. So the guy's walking out of his apartment, and bam, it blew his ass up.
Yeah, but I heard about this. Like, he's talking about big pharma, and obviously not in a good light. Like you mentioned, he was talking about biolabs in Ukraine, and they killed this dude.
Then they kill him.
Yeah, so it's probably just coincidence. He's probably just a terrible person.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
I mean, he's probably already on the radar, but this kind of shit.
I'm sure he was. They don't like you.
And again, it's another way to kick up the war, which is their ultimate goal.
Yeah. Well, you know, they really want to go to war with Russia, so they love war. So yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of just skipped through that because I wanted to see if there was a.
All right. Yeah, they didn't show him getting blown up, so it's not a big deal.
All
Go to
right.
the next one.
This is what the hell is this? This is something you pulled up, I think.
All right, we'll just play it. I'll tell you what it is.
Offender who they say posed as morning, police arrested a sex offender who they say posed as a teenager and tried to sign up for classes at an Albany high school.
This comes less than a week after a teacher in the Albany School District was arrested on sex abuse charges. Foxhole's Mackenzie Richmond joins us now live with the details. Mackenzie.
This is why I called it Never Been
Albany
Kissed.
Police tell us that 27-year-old registered sex offender Michaela Craig tried to sign up for classes at an Albany high school by pretending to be a 15-year-old girl. And they got further in the process than you might think. That's because of a state law allowing homeless children to register for school without a form of verifiable ID, according to Albany Police. But before the student actually attends classes, investigators say there are safeguards in place to make sure the incoming students are who they say they are. Now, it was actually a community watchdog group who alerted a school resource officer with its concerns that this person who claimed to be a 15-year-old actually looked much older. It filed this report last Friday, the 13th. Albany police investigated and found out the person gave a false name and date of birth in order to enroll in high school. Once they identified the person as Michaela Craig, they learned they're a registered sex offender. Now, we did some research and found that Craig was convicted on a charge of sex abuse just last year in 2023, but the exact details of the case are not publicly available. Craig has now been arrested on computer crimes charges, forgery, and false swearing, and they were held at the Lynn County Jail. At this time, there's still much more we're working to learn about the situation. Most notably, it's not clear which high school in Albany that happened at, but we did reach out to the school district and are hoping.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, so the chick tried to be a student to get food or...
I got that. So, you know what stands out to me, too, and this has nothing to do with what the actual topic was, but did you notice how they said sex abuse on CBS or whatever that news station was? And they didn't bleep it out. It's fine. But if we say it here...
I don't know.
I don't know. I just came to...
I guess it's the way you're talking about it.
Guess. Why? Are we glorifying sex abuse? Do we ever do that?
No, man, I just don't know if you can talk about it like fucking joking or in not the right context.
Well, we don't even joke about it, really. I mean, it's
well,
anyway.
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just trying to think of a reason.
I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of YouTube. Anyway, let's move on. So you have somebody.
I just thought those. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you want to continue on that topic?
No, just play, motherfucker.
Okay.
Besides the thing that I just said, it was like the movie Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore when she goes undercover as the reporter.
Yeah. I think I saw
but
that a while back.
Yeah, she goes. Yeah, it's old.
Yeah.
It came out when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Cornstarch. Soy lecithin.
Potassium bromate. Potassium bromate! This supermarket is trying to kill us! You! Potassium bromate, do you know what that is? Are you okay, sir? It is known to induce renal cell tumors, mesotheliomas of the peritoneum.
Can I call someone for you? Or?
Call someone. You know what you're putting into our bodies? Death! Delicious strawberry flavored death!
Okay, I'm calling security.
Yes!
Well,
I thought that was funny.
I know it's a joke, but is it really? I don't know what potassium bromate is. I don't know if that's toxic or not, but
I think that's kind of the point, man.
yeah, I don't know. This might not be so funny in the near future. Let's see what RFK does. What else we got over here? Oh, this I saw.
All right, we'll just play it.
Yeah, this is yeah. That dude is really tall, man.
Why are they like clubbing his legs?
What's
Get the
that?
baton. Get the baton. Start getting his fucking legs.
Yeah, I mean, look at those guys. Look at them, man. I'm not sure what he did. This was in Vegas. I saw this yesterday.
This is old.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've seen this before.
I saw it for the first time yesterday. I thought it was
I thought it was fun to talk about.
Yeah, this guy, these cops are just having such a hard time.
Look at this look. Come down here, honey. Look at these bastards.
These guys need help.
She's like, don't get in there.
Does this guy get away? It looks like he's about to get away.
Like,
the dude's just not having it. Look, I'm not going with you guys. I'm out of here. And he
gets
gone.
away.
And he's gone. I'm sure they caught him.
Nope.
No, they never caught that dude?
I don't think so. I watch videos of people getting away all the time.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
There's always videos of kids like riding dirt bikes and the cops are chasing them. They're cutting through neighborhoods and shit.
Right. Let's go with some we got a couple more. These are all
I saw a video the other day. Like the video is it's like a 12-year-old kid stole his grandmother's car and him and all his buddies were riding around it and taking selfies and fucking
some New Jersey Drive shit.
Yeah, but 12.
But 12. Why? Yeah,
and
that's true.
And cell phones.
Yeah, at least in New Jersey Drive, they were high schoolers. I saw a clip of this yesterday. Do you want to play the whole thing?
So check what this kid does, man. I mean, you can tell that he eventually does it.
So he's solving the Rubik's Cubes as he's juggling them?
Yeah, he solves 3 as he goes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so he breaks the world record here, and it ends up being like 4 minutes of change.
It's incredible. And like, how does the
There's a pattern.
No, I know.
That's why they put the cloth over it in the beginning, because you can look at the side of the cube.
And they don't want him to get a head start on it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing somebody else is the one who mixes up all the cubes, because obviously if he did it, he could memorize how he did it.
Yeah, but there's like, it's like they kind of show it to you later. You see him kind of doing this twist on the top of it.
Well, I see him doing it now. What I'm saying is that before he starts with this, somebody else must mix up the cube.
Correct. Yeah.
If you're going for a world record and you want to be legit, like, we can't have him prepping.
Which is, like I said, which is why they had the towel over it in the beginning, so he can't look.
So he can't, they can't get a head start.
But if you want to break the world record for one Rubik's Cube, they like allow you to look, and then they put the towel back over it or something, and then they start, because you can like place it. I'm sure if you looked at the world record for Rubik's Cube, the guy, it's the freaking autistic. These 2 autistic kids battle back and forth, but
yeah, I mean that's
in like seconds.
I mean, you said he does it in about 4 seconds. There's obviously some editing in this video, but we're getting most of it.
4 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the timer here.
But the record for one is like seconds.
Yes, yeah. I think I saw that recently. Did you do it like last year or something? It's like 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. I fell down the rabbit hole one day, and then like a month later, they broke the old record.
I'm there for 8 hours. I can't figure out the fucking thing. These people are solving it in 8 seconds.
is crazy, right?
That is wild. I want to see what his time is. If he made it this far. Wow. 4 minutes and 32 seconds while juggling.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
That's amazing. You know, it's like we were literally just talking about that though, because again, you have like, you know, a lot of people are dumber, but like this dude obviously has a super bright future, autistic or not. Like he's obviously has a lot of intelligence and a
Well,
lot
I
of
mean,
skill.
it's just it's a skill.
It's a
You know
skill.
what
I don't
mean?
know
But
if you'll be able to get a job with that, but
yeah, it's like you have the record in fucking Mario Kart, but what's that going to do for you?
that'll get you a large community following in the speedrunning game. So yeah.
That's true. That's
So
true.
yeah, you can actually do something with that nowadays. You have a
Yeah.
lot of like these YouTubers like Penguin Zero. I don't know if you know him, Moist Critical.
What's he play?
Halo. I don't know what he plays.
Yeah, I
Nowadays
don't
he's
want-
nowadays he's just like a YouTuber. He talks about all kinds of stuff, but he blew up from speedrunning. And specifically,
what
I think
game-
what?
He was speed
He was
running
speedrunning
Halo.
Halo, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
I didn't watch much of the Halo. I watched a lot of the Nintendo shit.
I don't know him from speedrunning. I didn't even know he was a speedrunner until I had already started watching him. But my point is that like a lot of these people who started out speedrunning on the internet, you know, probably before Twitch even existed, are now famous. You know.
Well, do you know who Ian Bick is? He's he's like a nerdy looking white boy. On film, on camera, he looks. I guess he's apparently kind of big. But anyway, he went to prison, and then he like paid for protection, and he came out and like told his story, and now his YouTube is big because he interviews all types of people who came out of jail, like all types of gangsters, and he helps them get shows and shit too. And all those guys know each other and shit. I watch a lot of the prison story shit.
I think it's cool. You know, I remember saying to you like a long time ago, you know, I was talking about like uploading like video game playthroughs and you know, like I was like, yo, who the hell's gonna watch that shit? Who's gonna watch me play a game for like, you know, 2 hours? Like who's gonna take time out of their day to do that? Well, millions of people actually. I mean, again, go on
the game, yeah.
Twitch has exploded in the last whatever it is, 5-10 years. So yeah, shows you what I know.
I watch Twitch. Like if I want to see if a game's cool or not, I watch a little Twitch.
Oh heck yeah! But I mean, there are people that like you know are super duper into this stuff. You know,
Did you watch the video I sent you today of the guys playing Broken Arrow?
I didn't get to that one. I was on my way to the gym.
Check it. It reminds me of Third World War when you're actually playing with the units, like moving around the city and shit and shooting each other. But it's like that times 1,000, and it's multiplayer. But it's like the battle part. It's cool. I think you'll like it. I think you'll think it's cool. It's one of those real serious RTSs, though.
Yeah, well, I love RTSs.
All right, well, check it out later.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. For sure. I love that stuff.
That says erection.
Yeah, have you seen this? I don't know if this is fake or it's real, but it's funny. So let me play it for you. It's only 30 seconds.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
His various cases of, you know, he's got charges of inciting an erection.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
They didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection.
Let's talk about the fact that President...
Stupid, but it's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. I got one more. I'm just going to throw this in there because I love cats. Yo, hold up, man. All right, let me get that back. Here, you go now.
Oh, that's nice. It was like, remember those old Bugs Bunny videos? It's mine, it's yours, it's mine, it's yours.
Drink the drink.
But I don't want the drink.
He doesn't want the drink. He does.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You don't.
I
I do.
Is he fine? You take it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was cute. Anyway,
Do I have anything left?
no, that's all we got. I think. Yeah.
Let's see if I got anything else to talk. I don't really want to get into like the bill and shit that the CR bill everyone's bitching about today. I just don't feel like talking about it.
I
want
don't
to
know enough about it. I just know Tim Burchett, who I
It was a
trust.
bill that had it was a bill that had a bunch of bullshit in it. They tried to
Yeah.
squeeze it through.
I know
then,
that part. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Elon made a fuss, and everybody saw it because Elon's fucking has 8 billion followers, and
Yeah.
people saw it. And people got pissed because it was one of those bills that they're trying to sneak in at the end under Biden or whatever, but the effects wouldn't come till next year, and
It
it's
was
just
a
more spending.
1,500-page bill. And I
Yeah.
think the idea was that, hey, we'll just throw this out there because nobody's going to take the time to read all this. Well, people read it.
They did it, and they only gave them 24-hour notice, and no one's going to go through a 1,500-page bill, which is the same thing. We have like a 9,000-page tax bill right now. Or if you put the tax code like into a book form, it'd be like 2.5 shells of a book of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, this one backfired on them.
they do it all the time. Like Thomas
I know.
Massey was saying, like he's like, why don't we pass? If some of the money is for, disaster relief, which FEMA did a terrible fucking job. I was watching a bunch of that shit too, especially in the Carolinas. But then pass that as a separate bill. Like, boom, they need $300 million. Okay, this one bill only does $300 million to disaster relief. The end.
Yeah. Well, you're right. That's what Thomas was saying earlier. He's been saying that for months now, if not longer. About look, we should have one issue per bill. Why are they lumping them all together? And then 1,500-page bill. Like you said, you had 24 hours to read it. Most of the Congress, politicians, Senate, they're not going to read that shit. So you don't even know what you're voting for. And that's part of how they get a lot of this bullshit passed.
Like a CR is like a continuing resolution, so it has to do with something they didn't completely pass before.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they kick the can down the road is in the end of September, they all agreed on a CR that went until the 20th, right?
Mm-hmm.
That all of that funding from September 26th to December 20th, September to whatever, it's like 85 days. That was 116 pages. Now I know they're different because one was kind of kicking the can, and then one has to do with the end and then to the next year. So I think this one's going to be bigger regardless.
Well, there's obviously a huge difference there too. You can read 116 pages in an hour if you read fast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It was like I think this one, even if they played fair, it would still be multiple hundreds of pages, but not 1,500.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got about another month now before Trump takes office.
Yeah, exactly a month. Right, today's the 20th.
Assuming that these fucking assholes don't get us into World War III before then. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know how. There's something about that today. I don't know how it went, and I think it's probably bullshit. But somebody asked the press secretary lady if the government shut down, will there still be a peaceful transfer on the 20th? And she started off with, of course, that's Joe Biden's highest priority. We will make sure, blah, blah, blah. But then, like, at the end, she almost kind of said, like, it was all like, definitely, it'll be fine. And all of a sudden, it was like an if at the very end,
Right.
So it was either maybe she misspoke or intentionally threw it. I don't know, but the media is running with it now that it's like, oh, she said there's possibly an opening that Trump can't get in. But I think they're just fucking flapping their gums as opposed to a real.
Again, these are the same people that are always talking about destroying our democracy, right?
Yeah, but I don't think she would say it the way that they're saying that she said it.
I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens. Anyway,
yeah, I think that's all. That's all I really got.
Well, right on, my friend. If I don't talk to you before that, Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
And is this weekend the Super Bowl in my league or the And the championship league.
It's the championship game.
All right, then next week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for you to making it to the semifinals, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. Did you see?
Tough competition in there, man. There's some
I
tough
was talking to
competition.
Fish, and he said that like Jim McKee benched his team at one point, and then Fish wouldn't benched his and lost on purpose to get first pick or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you motherfucker. I'm like, don't make me having to start making like the loser bowl actually count or some shit because people were throwing games. Because if that was a thing, I would have thrown in on week 6 when I started off 0-6. I would have just been like, I would have thrown the rest.
Yeah, just lose every game. Well, you had the loser bowl, right? Like at the end of
Yeah,
the
I used to
season.
yeah, but that was just like the shit teams, and maybe you can make $100 out of it, but it didn't change draft position.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can think about it a little bit and see if there's something that we can do to maybe encourage people to continue to set their lineups.
Well, there's well, I guess
I
if
mean,
you
I get the benching. I mean, how many times have I sat there in front of the TV watching the Giants? They're 3-12. Why are we trying to win this game?
Yeah,
You know,
no,
so I get it, but you know.
And I'm thinking about changing the website. The website I use for my bigger league, it's a pain in the ass, but once you start to understand how it works, it's really good. But it gives me like super control of the draft. Like we can trade draft picks and shit. We do like like 2 times during the season. It's a double week, so you play 2 teams to make it so you get more wins and losses to help out
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So you actually play 2 teams.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
maybe
mean, yeah, I'm up for whatever. I don't really watch any of it anymore. I'm still playing, obviously. But I
I
haven't.
watched.
I don't think I've watched 5 minutes of football in 2 years.
I put on a red zone when the Eagles aren't on, but I don't really have the volume up. I'm like watching TV or reading
Yeah, it's just like on the
or
background.
doing something else. But when the Eagles are on, I'll watch the Eagles.
Yeah.
But like if the Eagles aren't Monday Night Football, I might have it on the computer on crack streams, but I'm not like into it.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
it's fine. I'm not hating on anything. I just don't. I don't really have the interest anymore, and it probably did not help that the Giants have been absolute trash for a decade now, if not
yeah, it
longer.
probably helps if the birds are good.
It definitely helps, yeah. Because
But I
why do
don't
you
want-
want to watch your team suck year after year after year? It's just frustrating, you know.
Tell me about it, dude. I was a Philly fan, but I watched them.
I know. Well, you guys have been good for the last 20 or so years, but
Yeah, but when you have
but your early, yeah, the early
when you
days
have
for
the
you.
years of heartache, that's why my Super Bowl was so much better. You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
Or why that World Series championship was so much better.
Yeah, because you guys were garbage for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually watched Super Bowl in the hospital because it was before surgery.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I mean, I spent the whole first quarter like my sister and the girls came, my parents came, Michelle was there. They like smuggled in all these sandwiches and shit. And I'm like, I have my Eagles jersey on, and I'm walking around with the fucking drip things, you know what I mean? Because I'm all
Yeah.
IV.
The IV and shit. Yeah.
And and I was having these fucking terrible nosebleeds for all this time, and like my nose just started gushing blood the whole first quarter. I spent like in the bathroom with my nose just fucking gushing. Like the nurses were coming in and shit. My whole family's out there watching the Super Bowl.
I'm sure at the end of the game, though, once that clock hit 0, you didn't even give a shit.
Man.
Yeah.
It was nice to be there with my dad to see it. You know, Michelle's got a good picture of me and him hugging afterwards. You know, I was fucking tearing up and shit, dude.
Yeah, it gets emotional, especially when you have that much investment. You know, we've been giving you guys shit for years, you know, and you took it well.
Plus, I was about to die.
Also that, yes. How can I forget to include that? Yeah.
I can see the Eagles win the Super Bowl before I die in fucking 3 weeks.
Well, you can certainly cross that one off the bucket list now. I'm glad you're still here. Thanks.
Yeah,
thank
me
God.
too. Me too.
And also, I thought it was crazy the other day, that stat that I sent you. Sorry, Michelle, but the Steelers have not beat the Eagles in Philly since 1965. Like, JFK was president? Lyndon B. Johnson? That's crazy.
Well, when did they become? When did the leagues join?
Oh, like the league merger? I don't know.
And then even then, like I said, they only play once every 8 years
Yeah.
in Philly.
Yes. But still,
Oh, this one thing
that's crazy.
before we sign off, I saw today that Tara has a podcast on Rumble,
Oh no shit.
and they're like on episode 2. So I was gonna reach out to her and be like, "Yo, we should make something happen," because she's like, you don't have Facebook anymore, but I do. She's they're with us, but they're a little crazy. They're like super Trumpers.
Oh, got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like they're on it. They
They're
know what's
MAGA
up.
heads. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they're a
Oh,
little too.
yeah.
They're a little Trump as opposed to
That's okay.
like. Yeah,
Actually, it would be nice to have some maybe discussions we could have where we all don't see eye to eye. Because
yeah.
me
I
and you
think
never really argue because we see eye to eye on like the vast majority of issues. You know, sometimes
yeah.
we do.
I think we can get a chance to even see how they feel about like.
Doing a collaboration.
Well, about like how they feel about like the wars and all like the shit that we talk about coming from that far on that side.
Heck yeah. Yeah, send me your channel. Also if you want to send it, I can post it in the description if anybody
Okay.
on that's watching now knows Tara and wants to follow her.
Yeah, I just noticed that they had like it was like their second episode. She put up like a clip. Like they've already got clips, Paul. What are you doing?
I can make clips.
All right. Yeah, but I'll reach out to her and see what's up.
Yeah. That sounds good, man. Yeah, send me her info for sure. Because even if we don't post it on description, which I totally can and will, I would
right.
like to check out what she's doing.
And all right, well, if you made it this far, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I probably should have said that earlier because when people say like it and it's a show that I watch, I actually
say
do
that
like
every
it.
episode.
I know. And don't forget to look up Volt Typhoon, which is that
Volt
Chinese
Typhoon.
Volt Typhoon, which is the Chinese spy and shit. All right, everybody, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if we don't see you.
Merry New Year!